So first we're going to open up Sketches Pro, add a new layer, and color that layer completely black. Then I hid the layer so I don't see the black, and I'm drawing my horizon line and placing 2 vanishing points on either end of my horizon line. Then I am going to use my ruler tool with the pen tool. Oop, my line was way too big, so make sure your lines are as small as can be with your pen tool. And then just place vertical lines wherever you want throughout your space. Now I'm going to start taking the top and the bottom of my vertical line and line it up with my vanishing points on both ends, top and bottom, and then I close the back of my box with a vertical line, like you can see I'm doing now. And you can see how I can overlap my boxes by just erasing to make it look like some are in front and some are behind. Here you can see I have 5 for level 1, we need 8 boxes on the line for level 2, and 10 on the line for level 3. For level 1, you also need 5 below, 10 below for level 3, and 8 below for level 1. So now I'm just going to finish up adding more boxes throughout space, making sure some are in front, some are behind, some are bigger, some are smaller. So now that we've finished our boxes in 2-point perspective, you should have 15 boxes total for level 1, 21 boxes total for level 2, and 30 boxes total for level 3. You could have more than that if you want, but you need to have at least that for your minimum. Now we need to discuss adding a color scheme to your boxes in space. For level 1, you will either do a warm or cool color scheme with an opposite color for your pipe. For level 2, you will do an analogous color scheme. For level 3, you will do an analogous and a monochromatic color scheme. So how are we going to add our color schemes on an iPad? We're going to select the pencil tool and the bottom one down in the pencil tool. And then remember how our background was black? I'm going to turn that back on, but I made the opacity lower so that it's gray so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm shading with the pencil tool using the color yellow, and I'm building up my values so that they gradually get lighter. So how we do a monochromatic color scheme is you take one color plus multiple values of that color. So to determine different values of that one color by just applying shading, you do it by layering. So you can see that when we add multiple layers over our values, we create lighter values. For an analogous color scheme, we're using 3 different colors that are close together in the same color family. So since I already did some yellow, I then chose yellow, green, and green. Here you can see me layering green, and now I'm starting to build up my values with yellow, green. I'm going to turn my opacity back up so I can see the full black of the background, and I'm going to go back over with some more green, and regular yellow to build up my values even further. Now you can see me applying values throughout the rest of my boxes. Here I am doing all of my front faces first. I am doing this because my light source is coming from my left side, and yellow is the lightest color in my color scheme. I've decided to do a level 2 example, an analogous color scheme, yellow, orange, and orange. So first I'm applying my yellow, and you can see that I'm leaving some shadows from boxes that are in front, and then boxes that are farther away, I'm not layering as heavily, so it looks like there are darker values in the background. So now I'm going to start applying my orange to my side, still getting some light, so I want it to be a little bit brighter. But then where I don't get as much light, I use less pressure or less overlay of my shading. And then my last one, I just added my regular orange. Finally, before we get into the pipe, I use the eraser tool to erase any excess color that were outside of my lines. So I accidentally did my pipe without recording, so let me erase 2 of them to show you. So I'm still using the pencil tool and my chosen accent color to build up my pipe and the location and area that I want it to go. Then I use my eraser tool to shape and clean up my edges of my pipe, going back in if I need to touch up anything. Then I use my pencil tool again, but I use the thinner part of the pencil tool with black to create my circle for my hole and also my shadows. And I switch between that finer pencil tool and the more texturized pencil to create different values in my pipe. Again, you can see me outlining with black, then adding black lines throughout, and then adding a little bit more shadows. Then I go in with a lighter value of blue, and I add a couple scratchy lines, go over that light value again with regular blue to fade it in, and then go back over one last time with light blue. And here you can see my finished project. Here is mine finished on the iPad. Here's how my finished version turned out on the iPad. I actually did put it in PixArt to add this nice texture over it, which made it look more like it was actually done on paper. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see how all of yours turn out.